Hi Shrestha. Hi Ananya. Am I audible? Hi Zahida. Thank you for joining. Thank you for confirming Shrestha. We'll just wait for one more minute before we start today's episode. As you know, that today is the first episode of 9 types of personality. So usually people have spoken about, personality means introvert, extrovert, this, that. But there are 9 types of personality, which actually is a mixture of different traits. So before I even get into the types of personality, let me give you a very brief understanding of what is personality. Now, when you talk about psychology, personality is the most important aspect, because the entire psychology is based on personality. Now, how I am making decisions, how I am reacting to certain situations, how I am conducting my relationships, how I am conducting my life in general. So, all these things are dependent on what kind of personality I am. So there is a huge research that has been done with respect to personality when it comes to psychology, and there is this very interesting 9 types of personality that I have come across, and so that's why I've broken it into 3 episodes. So all of the 3 episodes will be conducted from Insta, and today is episode 1, which means that each episode will discuss 3 types of personality, and this will help each one of us to understand which one do we identify with most. And it is much more than introvert, extrovert, this, that, because these were very rudimentary. Nowadays, we call somebody social, you some call somebody ambivert, omnivert. These are very rudimentary uh, definition of personalities. Personality is much more complex, and that's why I have come up with this episode. So today is episode 1, and I will be discussing 3 types of personality today. The next 3 in the second episode, and the last 3 in the last episode. All right. So I will be referring to the notes that I had made while I was preparing for this live. As you can see, I had a huge note made over here, and I don't want to miss out on points, because I know many of you would understand after this lives, for this 3 lives, that where do you identify and why do you do certain things the way you do. Okay, so I'll start with the first type, and before so this concept of type, it is important to understand that personality can be divided into 2 groups. One is called type, one is called trait. So for example, type of personality is a cluster of traits. So if I call somebody extrovert, then extrovert is a type of personality. But what is trait? Trait would be they are easygoing, they are social, they are outgoing, they can talk to people. So these are various traits. So different traits together make one type. So today what we are going to discuss is types of personality, because and that will have lot of traits in that, and that would help you to identify where do you belong. Okay, I'll start with the first one, and that is called the analyzer personality. Now, as the name suggests, this type of people likes to analyze a lot. So these people are extremely slow and secure. Okay, and they would have a million questions and thoughts before they say yes to anything, because they are very secure, and they most of the decisions that they take, and most of the uh, in their life, that is dependent on how secured they feel about the feelings. All right, they consider not only the feelings of themselves, they also consider the feelings of others around them about that particular topic that they are dealing with, right? So slow, secure, considers others' opinion about that particular topic and how it's going to, they just go by the lot of gut feeling that how is it impacting them, how do they feel about it, what kind of information they have about that. All right. Next is for them, analysis and data are extremely important. So they need data. They will just not, just because you tell them that it is good, they will not go by that. They need to have their own research, they need to make up their own mind, and then only they will take a certain call. All right. The thoughts and opinions of those who are involved are also things analyzer take note of, that I said. So it's not only about my thoughts only. If I am an analyzer personality, I would also consider everybody associated with me, that what do they think, because I'm just trying to gather more and more data, and based on the huge and enormous amount of data that I have, I would see how secured I feel about that, and then only I will take certain decision. Okay. Next is, they excel at managing risk. Of course, if you have so much of data at your disposal, then you would definitely know everything about the problem, and you would be able to manage risks well, because that's what they are. They are so secured. So it is like they will do everything to ensure that the security is not broken. They will do all of that, and that's how they make their decisions about it also. So they would see that, okay, let's say they are some people are very panicky about fire extinguishers in their home. So these people would not only keep fire extinguisher, they would also know in which situation the extinguisher would not work and what can be done in those situations, because they have done every research about it. These kind of people also struggles from the problem of overthinking, because they are constantly thinking about certain things. While gathering data, their brain is constantly processing information. Okay. Next one is, the only time they feel peaceful in their mind is only when the task that has been given to them is done. I think this time people who are watching me live, one of them will find resonance with. Not till the time the task is not done, the person is like cannot be peaceful. They are like kuch baki hai karna padega. So they are not peaceful with that okay, I have done a little bit now and do a little bit tomorrow, like that. No, they want to do it everything with proper details, everything to be done right now. So that is one thing. Next one is, security is a major concern for analyzer, and before they can make any decision, they put the entire plan into consideration first. So they would actually play out the entire plan in their mind. In reality, they would do everything before they actually do that. And most of the time what happens is, because they plan out everything, they know what all can happen. But this is good in some aspect, because you have done all kind of research, but it is also bad in some aspect. Most of the time is gone in thinking, and half of the time, because you thought it would not work, you would not even do that. But in reality, those problems might not have or would not have happened also, right? Next one is, they like to solve problems in the safest way possible, because what matters to them is security of not only themselves, about all the people associated with them. So they are very good at managing risks, and they would like to solve problems in the safest way, and they know all the ways because they have done everything, all research. Okay. The problem with them is they are extremely inflexible. They have some problems adapting to the situations. They will like, okay, I have done all of this, this is how it should work. But if instead of A to B, if somebody says you can actually do A to C and from C to B, they have some problems with that, because that's not how they have thought about it. They want to do it exactly how they thought, and that makes them a little inflexible. That makes it a little difficult for them to work with other people, and people coordination becomes a little difficult for them. Okay. Next is, an analyzer will do all that she can do so that they don't appear weak to the other person. They will just do that. They are very conscious about their image. They will do everything. They want to take care of everything, but the way they have thought. They will not like to mend their ways for somebody else, because they think I have thought about it in 10,000 ways, so nobody knows better than me. So that makes them inflexible, and that is one of the major weakness of the analyzer personality. So the next thing is, if this is the analyzer personality, how do you deal with these people? How do you kind of deal with such kind of analyzer personality? The analyzer personality, telling them things that they are not aware of. So if, let's say, I already know the benefits of fire extinguisher and I've done all research. If you talk about that to me, I would be so bored that the rest of the thing that you tell me, I am not even listening to it, because I am just done. I know that you are telling me things that is not adding any value to me. So if you are telling me things that I am not aware of, then only I will start considering you, that you are important for me, or that I will start considering your opinions for me, right? So that is one way. So give them information about things that they are not aware of, instead of trying to prick in the ways that they are already aware of. Next is, analyzers only use their abilities to build friendships or gain attention rather than their true selves, such as working on a big project together. So they will not like to show their true selves. Analyzer would not like to show their true selves to anybody. What they would like to do is, they like to work in a big project together, and they like to work in collaboration. And the more you put them into collaboration, it will actually help them to understand others' point of view. It will also help them to get a bigger perspective. So if you're just trying to deal with only one person, like one on one, analyzer people are not the good people for that. Okay. Next one is, analyzer people are actually little critical about others, because they think they have done everything, so ideally people should listen to them. So, and that makes them very critical about others, that they keep on, because they value their safety and security so much, that they keep on doubting other people's intentions, and that makes them very critical. So you have to, when you're dealing with such a personality, you have to be very cautious about how you're putting forward your opinions to these people, because they will be critical of you also. Only when they know that you are not a threat and you are not trying to overpower their opinion, then only they will start considering your work. Okay. So that was analyzer personality. The next one that we are going to talk about is the supporter personality. Okay. So I see who is there. I see I am facing this. You're facing what, Snigdha? This one, as in the people are critical of your opinion. Yeah, they are analyzer personality. Then you don't have to, you cannot show it to them that you know better than them. They will not listen to you. You have to just be very, very careful about how you deal with them, without trying to tell them that you know more than them. You have to tell them you know more than them. So it is like, you might have the knowledge, you might have better understanding of the situation, but you cannot tell these people, because then you're offending these people. So what is important for these people is, you have to be very patient, calm, listen to their opinions, and place your point of views in a way that it is not threatening to them. Okay. All right. The next one is the supporter personality. The first one was the analyzer personality. The next one is supporter personality. Now, supporter personality, as the name suggests, these people are very supportive. They like to support other people. So when you have any trouble regarding your emotions, they are the ones that you will turn to. They are the ones that you will talk to, right? So I think one of the supporter personality is me. So people like to talk to me when they are going through certain troubles. So yes, that is one quality of supporter personality. They are very trustworthy, because people find it easy to trust these people, the way they handle them. So that is one thing. Supporters are very friendly with people, and it is very easy for them to be liked. So because they are so friendly and they know how to deal, how to talk with people, people easily like this kind of personality. Okay. Next one is, people usually trust supporters because they can care for them, encourage them, and support them. most of the time many people do not they lack this ability to encourage someone or support someone. But a supporter personality, they would be able to encourage people and support people. It is and that makes them a people personality most of the time. They're very comforting to talk to, and they're very people oriented because it's very natural for them to talk to people, to support somebody, to make somebody feel good about themselves. They try their best to avoid personal conflict with other people, even at their own expense. Now this is one weakness of supporter personality, that they feel that they will not like to get into any kind of conflict with others, sometimes at their own expense, because they just don't want to make others people feel bad about them or spoil their image. So that is one weakness of supporter personality, and that is not something that I have. So yes, supporter personality, it becomes really difficult for a supporter to reject someone. It is one major weakness of supporter personality, because no matter how bad the person had been to this kind of personality, but when they seek help, these kind of people cannot reject them, because they feel that it is their work to help people. They are very people oriented, and they get into that habit of helping people. And at that time they just forget that what the people have done to them, and they just go and help these people. So they forget, or they cannot maintain that boundaries sometimes which they should, to maintain or to protect their self or protect their own emotions, right? So that is supporter personality's weakness. Next one is, they also find it very easy to interact with other people, because of course if you are people oriented, you would find it extremely easy to interact. Supporters allow other people to initiate other kind of activity, but at the same time they are not interested in impressing other people. So these kind of people are not doing to impress someone, they are just doing it because they are good at doing it, and they just know how to help people to come out of their bad phases. Okay. Next is, sometimes because they are so much into helping people from their own situation, supporter personality bottle up their own emotions and their own feelings, because they don't want other people to feel bad for them, and they just kind of bottle up their feelings, and that can often lead to depression for these people, because they are helping others but there is nobody to listen to them. So it is like that. The patience, they are extremely patient. Supporter personalities are extremely patient, they are extremely encouraging, and they always put others first. It is not that it's not about them, so they always put others before anybody else, and because that's how they are. It's not that they are just trying to be a doormat, that is how they are. These people are like that. And planning and setting goals do not come easily to them, because they are always on the verge of just helping people all across. But that these are like weaknesses, that they cannot set goals, they cannot plan. Another thing is, supporter personality, because they are so people oriented and they are so sensitive towards how people feel about themselves, sometimes they can withhold certain information which might make you feel bad. So for example, if I am a supporter personality, like, you might also find that as you're going through this life, that you have many characteristics of one personality, not all, and that is quite okay, because I don't have these things. I know I am a supporter personality, but I don't have this thing, like to withhold information. I will tell you the information, but my way of saying would be a little different. But some supporter personality are also have this thing, that they will not tell you anything because that will spoil your day, and that's their weakness, because someday or the other you have to say, and you just cannot keep on putting the person in a cotton ball. You have to make the person also rough and tough to face their own issues, while they are there to support them, to cushion them, but you also have to keep the person ready to face their own challenges. So that is something which the supporter personality does not excel at. Okay. So how do you deal with such kind of supporter personality? Because they are so people oriented, the first thing is appreciation about what they are doing, because it's very selflessly they do. And if you think that these people are bottling up their own emotions and to keep other people first. You also should help these people to stand up for themselves. That just the way you are helping us, you should also stand up for your own rights, for your own duties and all. And never ever take them for granted, because supporter personality will keep on supporting you, but one day if they feel that they are being taken for granted, they will just leave. They will not complain, they will not get into any conflict, they will simply leave. Okay, the next one. So the first one was analyzer personality, the second one was supporter personality, and the third one is the promoter personality. Now what is the promoter personality? Promoter personality are unbelievably expressive. Okay, they are very expressive about what they feel, how they feel, and they don't find it difficult to express themselves. The second thing is they are usually the most creative people. They come up with good jokes, express themselves easily, and keeps everyone entertained. They are always outgoing, happy, friendly, and active. They can talk about almost everything in the world. They also have a wide sense of imagination because they are very creative. They have a wide sense of imagination, and they can actually talk about anything and everything on the spot. They don't need prep time. All right, they can actually talk about it very dramatically because their imagination is very, very strong. Promoters will always consider the feelings of other people around them. Even though they are expressive, they will never go too far making the other person feel bad about them. So they are expressive, but they are not harmful. They are not going to put you down. They are not going to pinch you or be sarcastic with you. They are expressive, but they are not going to make you feel bad about yourself. Okay, the next one is promoter personality. They start new tasks or explore new things. So this is one weakness of promoter personality. They will start something new, they are very excited, and once it starts doing it, they just lose the interest and they forget doing it because that spark is gone. That initial spark, they are like that ignition. The initial spark is very important for them, and when it is done, they are just like, it is very difficult for them to complete a task. So they might just start a painting and it takes ages for them to complete it because that initial spark is lost, and every time to revive that spark is very difficult for them. Yeah, I think many people will find similarity with that too. So at the start of the task, they are extremely routine. They will do everything, but slowly and steadily, if the task is a long one, they will try to, okay, aaj nahi, kal karenge, like this. That is how they will continue to do, and one day they will finish it because the initial spark is gone. So they constantly need that chabi, those gudiya that has the chabi. You have to constantly key them so that the spark is there within them. That's one of the weakness of a promoter personality. Otherwise, they are extremely expressive. They will talk about anything in the world, but they will not make other people feel guilty about themselves. But only problem with them is they constantly have to be वो चाबी घुमाना पड़ेगा उन लोगों का, so that they feel okay, ignition is there, the starter is there, I can do that. Otherwise, they will just lose the spark and they will sit like this. And how do you deal with them? First of all, you have to recognize the work that they are doing, recognize their contributions that they have already made, and it is very important to protect their ego and not confront them publicly. It's very, very important because they are expressive. Just the way they are protecting your ego, they also expect their egos to be protected too. So you cannot confront them publicly. You can just talk to them separately if you have at all have to say something. You can share your feelings with them. That will make them feel that they are important, and coming up for solutions for them when they are losing the spark and losing the interest. All right, so that's for today. This three, I think, we kind of wrapped up right on time. So today we discussed three types of personality. First was the analyzer, the second is supporter, and the third is promoter. So if I have to say it in nutshell, analyzer are the one who is data oriented. They need a lot of data, and they think they know the best because they have done all the groundwork, and they are not, the only problem with them is they are very inflexible. They don't want to adapt themselves to to the situation. That's the problem with them. The second one is, and they're very critical of others' opinion too. Supporter personality are very supportive, they're very people oriented, they like to help others, they would like to take you out of your messed up situations and everything. But sometimes they keep, because they keep others first, they tend to lose themselves in the process. So that's a problem with them, and they avoid conflict. So you have to probably, as a person who knows, who is dealing with supporter personality, you would probably have to, constantly push them and ignite them and say that no, just the way you are asking me to stand up for myself, you also have to stand up for yourself. And the third is the promoter personality, extremely expressive, creative, everything is great with them, and they can talk about anything under the world, but don't confront them publicly. And most importantly, you have to constantly key them so that the ignition is always on. So then we are done with 3. We are left with 6 more personality types, 3 of them which will be done in the next live, which is on Friday. All the 3 lives will be done from Insta, so that we have all the 3 episodes in Instagram. So this Friday again at 8 p.m. I'll come live with the next 3 types of personality, and we will see that how much of that also matches with us. All right. So thank you for joining the live today, and those who will be joining late or watching it late, you can also comment on the video what kind of personality resonated with you after these 3 things that we have discussed. If nothing resonated, wonderful, maybe the next 2 episodes are meant for you. All right. Take care, everyone.